say NPP parliamentary primaries they be in some for drop it. Then Dramunwe says 63 MPs declare said they are for Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia. Martin Wiase say to Bishop baby almost mami mudi. This is FMS Trends, and here we give you the latest updates on issues and your mama just so dear de name wisham. Clock it. My name is Maureen Michelle, and you can call me the information minister, and I'll be your waitress for the day. Maybe serve just any current update on issues. In some occasions, so 63 MPs and on declare said they are for Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia. Na two bia almost baby almost mami mbo mudi almost so tinka mo beka ho a anka total number no 65 out of 87 parliamentary MPs members of parliament and on declare say they are for Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia. Na Sami Ewuku Sami Ewuku is part of the 63 MPs but they are for 2020. 63 MPs are omoya for Dr. Bawumia. Na Sami Ewuku akasa. Na sema waka nyina ne say Bawumia is the best choice for NPP and the country. Nya che se ochiremu a se nye Bawumia che se NPP enya any better person to represent the party in the 2028 general elections. Senya Bawumia onjin this NPP nebe because Bawumia is the best choice for NPP. Ne yesa NPP ho he is the best choice for the country. Ne just say amagana ye be fa yentuma petutu kente abo afro na ye ho atoya ne just say Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia
of the day. 63 out of 87 members of parliament today took a very giant step to once again reaffirm their support for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. We believe that at this juncture and where we find ourselves in as a party, when you are in opposition, the party rests on two major legs. That's of your comms, that's communications, and that's of parliament. These 63 members of parliament fortified in their belief that Dr. Bawumia can help us out of our current situation. We are in opposition. And we believe that we need to marshal every effort that we can and resources that we can to recapture power in 2028. In 1996, then NPP presidential candidate John Agyapong'S made a good attempt. He couldn't secure the presidential bid in the general election. In 2000, the NPP graciously gifted him another opportunity. We corrected our wrongs and also strengthened where we did well. And NPP eventually won in 2000. 2008, the NPP then exited John Agyapong'S on the ballot and entered Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. The NPP tried, it didn't work. 2012, the NPP is still of the belief that we won. However, by a 5-4 verdict of the Supreme Court, it was pronounced otherwise. We respected the decision of the court, but we disagreed with it. In 2016, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo won political power for us. This was after 2 failed attempts. In 2024, any Ghanaian voter who had voted since 2012 was seeing President John Dramani Mahama's face for the 4th time on the ballot. That is 2012, 2016, 2020, and 2024. They were seeing Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's face on the ballot for the first time. So, President Mahama clinches victory. Nana Akufo-Addo exits the ballot paper. In 2028, President Mahama, the NDC's most popular politician, will not be on the ballot. If the NPP is strategic and is able to position itself well, and with Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as the presidential candidate, with hard work and determination, I believe that it will go well. Dr. Bawumia possesses and combines the traits, the courage and resilience of J.B. Dankwa. He also possesses the traits and the intellect of Kofi Abrefa-Busia and the humility of Chief S.D. Dombo. Dr. Bawumia, as it currently stands, we believe that he is the best man and positioned properly and strategically to win us political power. This is the opinion expressed by these members of parliament. It's not an insult. You may disagree, but we believe that we are not just members of parliament. Members of parliament are part of the decision-making process. We are also opinion leaders in our constituency. So if you look at the fact that somebody says, oh, they are just 63 out of 200,000, that would be a simplistic approach. I may have just one vote, but I have a voice. And I have people as well that also listen to me. Likewise, all the 62 other members of parliament, they also do have people they talk to. They have people they engage, and they listen to the ground, and they also have people that they interact with. So we believe that this vote step taken today is once again a reaffirmation of our earlier position that we are resolute in our resolve, and we are determined that we also will campaign, work hard for Dr. Bawumia to also win the January 31st presidential primary. Let me also, on this note, also pay much respect to the other contestants. They've also demonstrated the courage that as party members, they've also put themselves up. It's not easy for you to put yourself up to run for the highest office of the land. And we, the members of parliament, also respect them for their determination as well. But speaking to my colleagues, the other 62 members, with me including 63 members of parliament, we strongly believe that at this point in our nation and our party's history, Dr. Bawumia possesses the needed trade quality and the heart for us to go into this much-needed contest in 2028. When we are done with ours, the NDC will now be approaching theirs, where they have about 5-6 aspirants rumored to also be interested in taking over from.
So, I mean, this is not the first time members of parliament on the minorities, I mean, some of them publicly endorsing the candidature of Dr. Bawumia. If my memory serves me well, this will be about the third or the fourth. Why the consistency? Is that there's some panic from the camp? The more reason why you must come out all the time to, I'm afraid we lost Sami Oku on the telephone. We'll try and raise Sami Oku again on the phone and speak to him on the decision of some 63 members of parliament. My question was that is not the first time some minority members of parliament, including your Gusel, have come out publicly to endorse the candidature of Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. Is there a feeling of panic or fear among you, the members of parliament? The more reason why you are doing this consistently. If my memory serves me well, this will be about the third or fourth. Some minority MPs are publicly coming out to endorse Dr. Bawumia.
Not at all. I think the first time it was done was before he picked and filed his nomination. At that time, he had not declared that he was running. We urged him to declare. The second time you are talking about was 15 Eastern members of parliament. I believe that this is the first time as a minority, 63 members of parliament from the minority side, we have openly come together in a presser to endorse his candidature. So this is the first time since the filing of nomination and their petition respectively on the ballot.
Well noted. My final question, Sammy, if I know the party came out with a directive that, MPs should not publicly come out to declare support, are you not violating the party's directive on this exercise you're embarking upon with your colleagues?
Respectfully, first of all, I haven't seen that directive. Let me be very honest with you. Secondly, when I see the directive, then I can speak to it. I'm sure it will contain content where we can share our opinion. But mind you, we are also part of the decision-making process. And these members of parliament, they are not the referees in the game. There's an election committee that is overseeing the process. And that is why you have that elections committee. If you have members of that elections committee showing open bias, then we have a problem. But these members of parliament, I don't think they are members of the elections committee. But that notwithstanding, when I see the release you're talking about, I'm sure then we can speak to the document.
Now moving on, Honorable Kwesi Kwarteng. Honorable Kwesi Kwarteng say, "Enra press conference na 63 MPs ne it was very disrespectful as a nyansen yomo Obia ye money former first lady a we wupa ma be press conference say supported Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia. And no say it was very disrespectful say omo be sad no, especially yes say money obi. En ye we him ma be gina say press conference you supported Dr. Bawumia. Intina nkomu mean to press conference and share da fofra na. Honorable Kwesi Kwati.
And now to the substantive issues, what has happened today is a demonstration, and of course, it reaffirms the point that January 31st will indeed be a contest between the polling station executives, over 200,000 of them, and the former government appointees, most of them who neglected them. And the line has been drawn very clearly. You realize that the Agyapong'S base and support has always been with the polling station executive, the grassroots. Of course, when it comes to the ministers who also wants to, the former appointees and the former and current MPs who also wants to so have control over the party hierarchy. And maybe some way, somehow, so extend their dominance in 2028 and beyond. I mean, they are also standing on the one side. But, I mean, you and I agree that sovereignty resides in the people. Over 200,000 delegates, polling station executives who are not happy with the current state of the party, who are not happy with the current direction of the party, who believe that even in the spirit of revival and in the interest of party harmony and the interest of party unity, there ought to be a new candidate. Of course, a bold one, not a weak one, of course. Hopefully, I am very confident that they will not be perturbed and moved by this political showmanship and political astroturfing that we've witnessed day in, day out, almost being churned out for us almost every month. If you recall, previously they said they had about 67 MPs. I don't know how come the 67 now were able to reduce to 63. There was a time that they also said they had about 230 MMDCs. So it's just about influence peddling and, like I indicated, political astroturfing. But, I mean, the most important thing is that each and every person has one vote. Of course, I will not pretend and play the influence of members of parliament. But in a circumstance like this and at a time like this, I am of the view that the polling station executives, the 200,000 of them, are poised for change. And this declaration will not make any impact on 31st January 2026. And I'm so confident that even what has just happened will even anger the polling station executives the most. And by the grace of God, on the 31st of January, they will point into the direction of the truth. You recall, this is not the first time that we are witnessing this. Even in the biblical case, when the Israelites were determined to move in a certain direction, there were situations that boxed aside and seconded their motion. But at some point, when the people came together to cry on God and told God that they have regretted, and that is the masses, not the influence peddlers. God listened to them and gave them David. So, I mean, I am very confident, and of course, from the results of the last election, that is clear that Saul has been rejected, and a new David in the person of Agyapong'S is coming. So, I mean, we are not prepared.
Okay.
Manga so much a video no. Mama said the city. Omo and the fellow NPP for. But just because time no more now say almost supported Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia wrong. And now face so Honorable Kwesi Kwati is for Agyapong. He's connected. Intinemi say no sunti eno kase press conference no was very disrespectful, especially at a point losing former first lady. And I'm over kasi supported Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia. Intina nka muntimi in fact press conference no and share baby for frana. Mwanga sama video no nsem ne de bebre. I think of fan say yeah serious just because we are for Agyapong, you are looking for ways and means to just blast them for whatever they did. Say your mother out, Ababe declare say they are for Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia. Now, yen sound so quite new kaka say MPs no mo kasa obi a chere na adwen. Honorable Hezan Tampuli. Honorable Hezan Tampuli also say they are fortified. Bibia yes clear for Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia no. omo grounds very strong. Just a bibia the danakwemu kama say supporters so say Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia just a bibia fortified. And he said something that Dr. Bawumia is to lead. Dr. Bawumia is to lead the NPP. Into omo Dr. Bawumia neighbor. Now Honorable Hizan Tampuli, the former boss for Ghana Petroleum Authority. Ghana Petroleum Authority boss no. They were no former no. And watch na adwen say they are fortified. Eba MPP primary CDA Dr. Bawumia neko.
Tell us, what informed your decision and indeed the decision of the other members to publicly declare support for Mahamudu Bawumia?
Very well, thank you. Thank you. Good evening and good evening to your cherished viewers. I think that the members of parliament from the minority side have over the years worked with Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. They have worked with Honorable Agyapong'S. We have worked with Honorable Agyapong'S. We have worked with Dr. Educhum and then Mr. Agyapong'S. We have seen them, we have weighed their capacity, and we have weighed their likelihood of capturing political power for the MPP. And in all humility, I think that we do not make judgments in the vacuum. We have weighed them and we have sieved their strengths, their weaknesses. And we think that Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia is the best person to lead us to the promised land. Having regard to the fact that there is a history, for instance, that it doesn't have to take one round of an election for you to be able to win. There is a precedent. His Excellency J. Kufuor. He didn't win the first time when he went. He got 39%, and then subsequently he won. Same with Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. He went the first time, he went the second time, he went the third time before finally he clinched victory. Same with His Excellency late President Atta Mills. 2000, 2004, and then finally he made it in 2008. Current president, even as an incumbent president, he lost an election. How much more, a vice president? This is an incumbent president who lost by almost 1 million votes as an incumbent president. Commander-in-chief of the Ghana forces, he controlled resources, he had everybody at his beck and call. He lost an election. It tells you that incumbency disadvantage sometimes have a way of playing games on you. So really and truly, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia is a candidate that we have sold far wide and near. And we have been to our various constituencies. And currently, I think that we are even more fortified in our minds that Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia is the man to lead us. Because the feedback that we have gotten from some of our constituencies, is very, very shocking and overwhelming. Because some of them are saying, look, Dr. Bawumia, and I do not want to do adverts for some product, but they said that, look, there are some products when you go to the markets, somebody, for instance, says that I'm going to buy Omo, all right? Yeah. But actually the person is going to buy Ariel or So Clean or Yaz. Why? Because Omo is the most marketed as far as they're concerned. And these are coming from our, local people. Right. And they give us the example of when you go to the market to buy toothpaste, they said that when you go, everybody who goes and says, what, I'm going to buy Pepsodent. Meanwhile, the person actually was going to buy Colgate, or is going to buy Clean Up, or any other kind of toothpaste. But they said they're going to buy Pepsodent. So Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia is our Omo, he's our Pepsodent. He's the one that we have marketed more. And some of them even told us that, look, we still even have his t-shirts. So if you go and bring somebody, as a matter of fact, if you bring some of the other aspirants to this community, nobody will recognize them.
You represent the people of Gushegu. We say
correct.
That your stance is a reflection of the consensus of the MPP members in your constituency.
Overwhelming majority. And I have been to Upper West region. Okay. I've been to Upper East region. I've been to Northern region, Savannah region, Northeast region, OT region, even here in the Greater Accra region. And the message is the same across. So sometimes, people are already in the race. As a matter of fact, we are very reliably informed that some of the aspirants actually want to quit the race. But it is too late. We will not even allow anybody to quit the race. Everybody must stay in the race. We must go all the way. It's getting very, very exciting. It's, gingering the base of the party and energizing the base. So we think that we should continue. All we need to do is to make it clean, devoid of insults, devoid of innuendos, and, and not casting aspersions on, one aspirant or the other. All of them are the noble people, and we think that they are good enough, but we believe very strongly, and it is time for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. When their time comes, we'll support them. But currently,
what strategic advantage do you think Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has over the other candidates that would ensure that the NPP secures victory in the next general election?
Well, like I said, he's by far the most marketed candidate. None of the aspirants has been to the various constituencies as much as Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has. As a matter of fact, some of them have not even, I'm sure, gone to even a tenth of the constituencies in the country. Maybe by virtue of this race, that's why some of them are coming. But Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has been in the trenches since 2008. And when I got to Gushegu, for instance, with the team, I told her, Lord, this is the only person who has even come to sleep here in Gushegu for 3 days. And some of us even forgot that he came to sleep in Gushegu for 3 days. But they remembered. So he has a connection with the people. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia probably knows almost every executive in the country because he's, engaged with them so intimately at very close range, all right? And they've shared perspective, they've shared ideas, they've gone through the difficult times of opposition, 2008, 2012, all right, until we won in 2016, and then we went again in 2020 and 2024. He is one person who is known across the constituencies from 2008 elections all the way until now. Nobody beats that. And in political marketing, it's a numbers game. The more you meet the person, the more likely that you are able to, and at some point, sometimes the sympathy, votes also come in. Now, this man has suffered enough. There are people who were in my constituency who worked against Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia in the last election, but they believe that, look, the man has suffered enough. And some of them have come on board without anybody going to them. So they have come to realize. So there are different issues that come into play. But I think more importantly is the fact that he's by far the most marketed candidate, and we do not want to take any chances. Whatever it is, NDC is bringing a new candidate. Our candidate is going to be the oldest candidate. Look, let me give you some analogy, some scenario. What's his name? President Rawlings defeated Kufuor. When he was leaving office, he handed to Kufuor. President Kufuor defeated Agyapong'S. When he was leaving, he handed over to who? Agyapong'S. Professor Mills didn't leave to hand over. John Mahama beat Akufo-Addo. When he was leaving in 2016, he handed over to Akufo-Addo. Akufo-Addo beat him in 2016, 2020. When he was leaving in 2024, he handed over to him. Who did John Mahama beat?
Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
Exactly. Who is he going to hand over to? You understand? So these are some of the things. And there's no candidate, like I said, apart from J.J. Rawlings, who has contested once and won. Even Rawlings, May 15, he was arrested when he tried the coup the first time. So even him, May 15, he was arrested, and then June 4th succeeded before he now became president.
Or for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the former Petroleum Authority boss, into Dr. Bawumia company there, almost many a day and casa they are fortified. No more showdown. Mwangasa na mama is our wedding. Ombema showdown cry girl. This is FMS Strength. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And also share the link to your friends, okay? So that they can also come and watch the videos and subscribe. And let me say this, all the videos that we played, we don't own any rights to them. No copyright infringement intended. Thank you.